Good afternoon, everybody. It's Stephen and Mr. Call of Duty Black Blops, Paul O'Flaherty, back at you for Daily Brief for November the 9th.
Episode number 41.
Otherwise known as the day that Paul got nothing done except play Black Ops.
Dude, you were warned about this since October 2nd. When I told you this thing was pre-ordered, and when it came out, you can forget about seeing me for a week. You're playing until my eyes bleed.
Oh, well.
So yeah, we went to the, Sarah and I went to the midnight launch last night, and it was very funny. As we were driving to the launch, there's lots of places around here that were having launches. There was a couple of GameStops, there was Best Buy, Walmart, everywhere. And there was queues everywhere. Except for the one we went to. which was at Toys R Us. And there was like 8 people at the Toys R Us opening. But like there was massive queues, like not a quarter of a mile away. And all the people who were at the other events were sort of getting less than we did. Because when I bought Black Ops last night, I got 2 T-shirts with it and a $20 gift card for the same price as other people were just getting like the game for.
Cool.
And yet, only 8 people there. So.
But in other words, you've had like next to no sleep, and you've been shooting people ever since.
Basically, midnight launch.
Alrighty, on with the Microsoft news. Apparently, I guess they got a new tagline: "Be what's next."
Be what's next. I'm sorry, I was out playing pool last night, and I was hanging around with a lot of people who were making a lot of double meaning jokes. And when I read Microsoft's tagline, "Be what's next" this morning, all I could think of, Microsoft, your sloppy seconds, because really. You know, "Be what's next" is a lame bloody tagline.
Oh, that hurts.
You know?
That hurts.
It should be like Microsoft. Will you stop fiddling with the camera? Oh, folks, he ruined the weekend's podcast doing this. Don't start it on today's video show.
Well, hey, listen, if you can float your Call of Duty thingy around the screen...
Legitimately, see, Xbox 360. So, yeah. Don't get me started, Batman. Dude, seriously, Microsoft, be what's next? Who got paid $500,000 to come up with that piece of crap?
I hope they're enjoying their holiday in Hawaii. Anyway.
Yeah.
Microsoft, though. What?
I was just going to say, it just doesn't envisage what we want Microsoft to be. You know?
Which is what?
The future.
Okay, well,
I don't want Microsoft to be what's next. I want Microsoft to be the future. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I mean, what's next is like, it's your next girlfriend, your next boyfriend, your next partner. It's more of the same. We want new and fresh and aliens.
Well, if you want new and fresh, you can hop over to Hotmail and you can get full session HTTPS encryption. Okay,
boring story, but actually a very good move.
Yes.
It's good to see Hotmail pick up HTTPS, SSL, etc., making your connection to Hotmail that, well, very much more secure. But of course, they're only playing catch up in terms of things like Gmail, which has had this like for forever and a day. But an interesting one that we also managed to miss over the weekend is that Hotmail now allows you to use it with any address. So you can, which is again something that pretty much Gmail does, but it's interesting enough that you could now connect, say, your Stephen Hodgson at I'mACrankyCanadianGit.com and use it.
Well, I definitely have reason to be cranky, because even if I wanted to buy a Windows Phone 7, apparently in Canada and the States, They're selling out all over the place.
They're selling out like hotcakes. We haven't sort of gotten any specific numbers yet, but you know, as we've been talking about all last week, the rumors out of Europe are sold out, sold out, sold out. And now we have confirmation that the HTC DH7 is sold out.
Art Lindsay had a post yesterday, which I did over on WinExtra. The fact that down in Peoria, the store that he went to, they had 2 Samsung Focus. That's all they were given. 2.
Yeah, but you're going to get... Look, it's the same everywhere on every launch for every company. They prioritize the number of units that go to where the people are and where the most stores are and where they expect to make the sales. It doesn't matter if it's Apple or Sony or Microsoft doing this, they all do that. Yeah. But the HTC HD7 is gone, for those of you who are thinking running out and buying it today. Stupid statement of the day comes out of PC World on that one, where they ask how much credit should Windows Phone 7 take for the HTC HD7 flipping out.
Yeah. Hey, listen,
Not even getting it.
If I could transfer one of these video effects over to you, I would for that one. That was just stupid. Like, how, you know, in this past couple of weeks, we've profiled a couple stories from PC World that are just mind-numbingly stupid.
It's got to be an editorial decision, either that or they are just a whole bunch of, you know,
idiots. Yeah.
Anyway, that is not the only thing selling out.
What else is selling out? Oh, wait, no, before you go there, we forgot, we got to let people, if you got an LG phone with Windows Phone 7 on it.
Oh, yes.
Yes, you got free apps. You
have free apps. Microsoft is teaming up with LG to give you, basically, a choice of 10 paid apps free every 60 days.
Yeah, now, every 60 days, that's not a bad deal, actually.
And every 60 days, it's a new set of 10 apps that will be made available. Now, I do believe that I read somewhere that you may only have use of these apps for 60 days, but you know what? That is 60 days to have a full operating version of an app and decide whether or not you want to throw the dollar towards actually purchasing it, which is much better than any lightware or, you know, tripled versions of the software that you might otherwise get. So you know what? LG users, you're getting a free sort of look inside the App Store that's going to get you some good stuff.
Now, we did talk about a month ago about a new...
You get tacos?
No, we talked.
Sounded like you said we did tacos and I'm hungry.
You're hungry. Go play Call of Duty. There was a new controller coming for the Xbox 360, and apparently it is now available.
Yeah, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. It's called the Transformer. The interesting thing about the Transformer is actually the D-pad. By turning the D-pad, you can change basically how it works. From a more solid star-type D-pad, which is very good for things like, say, Pac-Man, for example, where you want very solid directions. Or you can if you turn it in the other direction, it becomes more sort of bevel-like, which, you know, sort of, it makes life much, much easier on your thumbs, but it's less precise, but it gives you that sort of 360 movement, which is very good for things like fighter games and Street Fighter and that sort of stuff.
Or Call of Duty.
Not really. I'm more sort of the joy pads, the 2 thumb pads. You see, there's a D-pad and then there's 2 sticks that you can waggle. And yes, you waggle your sticks just like that, Stephen.
Now, chalk this one up as like another of those duh posts. Connect to outsell move this year, says GameStop.
Yeah, well, let's look at it. You have Kinect for the 360. No controller, no nothing. You just get to stand there and look really cool. Or you can buy the Move for PlayStation 3, which is essentially where... It's PlayStation's version of Kinect, except, you know, you get to stand there with a blue dildo in your hand that glows. Social awkwardness? Much?
That is open to so many smart-ass remarks. I'm just going to leave it well enough alone. We mentioned, was it yesterday or Friday, that there's a bounty out for anyone who can come up with a fully documented open source driver. Now there was
for Connect.
Yeah, for Connect, yeah. Now there was one guy who apparently, we showed the video the other day, has managed to be able to move the Connect piece up and down. Big deal.
Well,
what did you do?
He's taken things a mite further than that now in the last few days.
Yep. Color and 3D depth sensing you can now do from your Windows 7 desktop. As, Connect color and depth cameras on Windows Phone 7. So,
again, as we said the last time we looked at this, it's rather unsurprising because this is something that we know the technology is going to come into Windows, possibly Windows 7 in a later service pack, almost definitely Windows 8. And when you consider that the Xbox itself, which Kinect is hooked up to, is running a stripped-down version of Windows, but that's what the core is inside it.
I also heard this morning that the bounty is now up to $3,000.
Well, you know what? That might incentivize more people to do what this guy's doing. Now we did mention last week that he says, he's not in this for the bounty. He just wants to show that it can be done. But also, as we mentioned last week, this isn't surprising to see it being done because the software has to have a way of communicating with the version of the operating system that runs on the Xbox. So, but still, it's amazing that it's happening quite this quick, and it shows a great groundswell of interest. And stuff.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to keep. I don't want to keep you from your Call of Duty blops. Okay, so we're going to call this show at an end for November 9th. Daily Brief. That's Mr. Call of Duty over there. I'm Steve. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.
Have a good one, folks. And don't forget, if you've got anything to say, leave us a comment. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the thumbs up button. And thank you for watching.
Bye-bye.
Bye, folks.